Okay folks, this is going to be an introduction and installation video on our new radio faceplates. The purpose of this faceplate is to repair the dash that after somebody had hacked up trying to install a DIN style radio. So this particular model is for like a 70 GTO or Le Mans, and so this we'll have to replace this with a new piece. And then this part right here, which is your steel dash, has been modified here. So there's no place for the knobs. So what we've come up with is this plate that can go right here to repair that portion. So our next step is to make sure we have all the supplies in order to install this. So first off, you're going to need the dash plate, obviously. So you go to our website. We have one for Chevrolet and one for Pontiac. The difference is the Pontiac staggered where their knobs are, and the Chevrolet put them in the center. Next thing you need is Scotch-Brite. Scotch-Brite just to clean it up prior to bonding it. And again, you can either epoxy this in place, you can rivet it, you can weld it, whatever you want to do, depending on the type of dash that you have. Next thing you need is the epoxy. And I did a little bit of testing, or actually a lot of testing. And the JB Weld Quick Weld seems to be probably the best and most readily available. You can pick this up at Home Depot. It starts to fixture in about 6 minutes. Full cure is 24 hours. So once you position it, put it in place, don't move it for 24 hours, and you can start doing your installation. Next thing you're going to need is a file or a sander, especially on the GTO or Le Mans, because on the back you have these pieces right here, and normally they would fit in here and be back supported by the steel dash. Well, now you don't have that. So what you're going to have to do is grind this off flat, either using a belt sander like this, or hand file it. So it's flat. After that, you're going to stack it up with washers to get it to the depth that you want. Okay, so this is a insert for a 70 GTO, or it could be Le Mans. I believe they're the same. So we're going to try to be careful on this thing. So you can either use a belt sander like this, or you can use a file. But be careful. This is a $350 part. So okay, so here we go. Alright, so now I'm going to finish it up here. Just got to be very careful not to take too much material off. That looks pretty good. The reason why we do this, the first thing we do, is because if you don't, there's no way to center the plate, and you want the plate to be centered with this faceplate. Okay, so now since we have cut the cover plate, we need to center this in position. So what we do is put it on here. As you'll notice, the holes on the Pontiac are up a little bit closer to the top than where Chevrolet is in the center. So what we want, so the purpose of having to cut these things, so this thing will lay flat. So we put that down there. And then we want to get this thing centered, get the hole centered. So there we go. Center that there, center that there. Looks pretty good. So then we just take our felt pen, go like this, go down here. Now this piece is going to fit on top and this covers that all up, so no problem there. So the next step is to epoxy it in place. Okay, so the next step is to epoxy it in place. So first we have to prepare the plate. So what we want to do is we want to Scotch-Brite the bonding area. So the part that bonds onto the dash needs to be Scotch-Brited, and then this part has to be Scotch-Brited. I've already done it, but I'm just re-emphasizing that. Then after you take your Scotch-Brite and rough it up and clean it up, either take acetone, alcohol, or I like brake cleaner because brake cleaner leaves no residue, and just spray it, and that'll take off any grease, anything that you have on it. And it'll probably dissolve my gloves too. So then we wipe it off. But these parts come pretty much grease-free. All right, so this is prepared. Next thing is we take our JB weld. So after we clean both parts, the plate and the dash, then we're going to mix our epoxy together. So squeeze out a pretty good amount because we want some squeeze out on it, because we want to get like a couple mil thick adhesive between the dash and the plate. So put the cap back on. So I had to mix up some more epoxy. This thing takes quite a bit of epoxy because it's a large surface area. Okay, so after we've coated this plate completely, we put it onto the dash. I took this under this. Okay, as you can see, I put a few clamps on this thing, so it'll tighten it down more, and it's a better positioning. So you might want to get like 3 or 4 of these small clamps. These seem to work the best, or these little vice grip clamps. Okay, now that we've removed the clamps, we just need to clean it up a little bit, take some of this adhesive off. You want to smooth this out a little bit. There's a little plate that goes right here. Okay, that's good. We just want to clean it up a little bit. Okay. All right, so now we're pretty much done. I just want to show you how this thing fits in here. So here's my, I got an custom auto sound radio. You could either use this or original radio if you want. If you use a razor, you make sure you use brackets in the back to support it. So anyway, it just goes just like that, and then your plate goes over and you're pretty much done. So each application is going to be a little bit different because depending on how somebody modified your dash. So it's only common sense in how you do it. And that's pretty much it. So now this dash is ready to go down south to be fully restored, and because a lot of companies that restore dashes will not touch the radio portion of it. And that's it. And if you have any questions, go to our website, and we've documented this project. And I think that's it. So good luck with your project.